I know that you're all wondering who this person is since she's been very elusive since we've restarted the channel. But there's a reason for that. This is Faith. This
Hi.
is daughter Faith. And since we restarted the channel and really much before that, Faith tends to have a schedule that's a bit busier than maybe even us, Jane and I. But in addition to being a full-time student and a good one at that, she's in track. She's 3 seasons track, and that takes all of her days. On the weekends, she'll help with the neighbors, and so we kind of see her a little bit on Sundays. And then today's Sunday, so there you go. We get to see her for half a day, and she's actually, you're going to see what she's working on here. She's working on a project. We're doing a vintage sign, a sign that is made to look like it went up 30 or 40 years ago, from Dunk's Mill. Dunk is this property is an original distillery, as you may remember, and it's Duncan Holiday that started it. And his brand of alcohol was Dunk's Mill. So she's going to paint a vintage sign. We're going to hang it down near the lodge, or where the old distillery building was. So she's pretty good at that. I mean, I think you've seen all the other stuff that has been painted on the buildings here, and then based on all of that. But what do you think, Faith? She's a senior.
Mm-hmm.
And
Almost done.
and
Halfway done.
and through the end of being a junior and this first semester of her senior year, she's been trying to figure out which college to go to.
Mm-hmm.
We went on several trips to look at colleges here in the Boston area, and then down in Florida, and of course California. Well, not of course California, but California as well.
Of course, California.
And then so a couple universities out there she took a look at. And so I don't know, got accepted to a ton of universities. You know when you get the acceptance letter from a university that maybe wasn't on your A list, and they accept you, and they keep saying, we can't wait for Faith to come, and they keep sending more and more information. You start to feel bad. You start to feel guilty that you're not going to go that route. But you got to go what's best for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, what did you end up with? What's best for you?
So you can see here, we got Pepperdine waves on the hat. So I decided to go to Pepperdine University out in Malibu, California. It feels like such a flex to say it, but I'm really excited.
And what are you going to study there?
I think international business. It's still technically undecided, but I'm excited to do a business route.
And any reasons why you chose Pepperdine over all of the other universities?
Because of this one?
Really?
No, because it's a beautiful campus, and it's a really close-knit community. All of the visits we did were just so insightful. All of the people clearly care so much, and just like from my high school, I have that kind of close-knit, it's just like a special environment, and compared to the public universities we visited, it's a whole nother world. So not to say anything about public universities, but for me, Pepperdine definitely seems like the right fit.
Mm-hmm. So we go out there. The move-in weekend is the weekend of August, or the week of August 17th, 18th, somewhere in there.
Yeah, right around there.
And we're going to try to get Faith on as much as we can over the next, few weeks. Graduation is June 1st,
Mm-hmm.
and then she's committed to work the summer. Where are you going to work the summer?
Beach Plum.
Beach
down
Plum.
in Hampton Beach.
Hampton Beach, New Hampshire. So this, we're from Rye. Hampton Beach is next to Rye, and she goes down there, and she worked last summer for the Beach Plum, and they're good friends of ours. So she loved doing it, made a lot of money, and she needs a lot of money to help pay for Pepperdine, right?
Yeah, no, for real.
Though she did get a nice scholarship, so
I
we're
did.
we're happy about that. And you're gonna see her before all this is over, but um, she's gonna have an empty room in the house, and she eats half the food in the house too, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
It's always we always wondering where did the milk go, where did the butter go, and the ham go, but a lot of protein stuff, healthy. Anyway, let's take a look at the project she's working on now.
All right, 2.5 bottles of spray paint later. Here we are. It's a little spotty, but I kind of like the way that looks. It's definitely a little bit rustic, and it kind of goes with the grain of the wood. So there's our base coat.
All right, we're heading down to take a look at where we hung the sign that Faith designed and painted. This is the entrance to base camp up in there, kind of the front lodge entrance area. This is coming around the back of it, but also down this path is where I guess would head down to lower parking for the tents. But here we are. This building here, the top of this building here, is what we call the Kilimanjaro cabin, and this is the back side of the lodge. Looks kind of like the backside of a western town, and that's kind of the intent, the idea. It's kind of fun outside of these propane tanks, but it's kind of fun to give guests, that sense between, that western mountain town and then, going on an expedition, going on a hike. And I think the guests appreciate the experiences they have here with that kind of a balance. Just to show you the front of Kilimanjaro cabin. So the cabin is up there. Down here is what we have, what we call a mercantile. We haven't really set it up yet for really, maybe selling some of our woodworks, that kind of thing. But it also could be used as a dining area for large groups. Groups of 10 to 20 people. If they have a family retreat, we could have a nice large dining room table down there, and they could gather there. But back here, hanging the sign, and of course the intent is that sign is a new sign, but the intent is that it looks old, like it's been there for a long time. And Faith just did a great job of making it look like it's just aged so well. But it's only been up for maybe a week or two. It's just well done. It's exactly what we wanted. So like and subscribe if you like this content, want to see more updates on BaseCamp.